Greetings, world and family. I am Richard, coming to you today being Tuesday, April the 15th. For the third time doing this video today. So, reason why it's the third time is because I keep getting messenger video calls coming in at the same time. So, yeah, well, let's do it all over again. But first, a little bit of sip of coffee. My family, here's to you. Yum yum bubble gum. So yes, today is a beautiful day and I'm getting ready for work, and right after I got a little bit of a break, so I'm gonna jump into my Trans Am Firebird and speed down to the Apple store and get myself my brand new iPad Pro. So this is gonna be amazing. Yes, again, I'm on my old-fashioned iPad, which is kind of strange, right? Because it's an old iPad for me, but I love the visuals, the screen's great, the sound's great, whereas, well, I'm not gonna go and waste more time on the PC I just returned. But imagine the quality I'm gonna have with a brand new Pro. I am so excited to deliver you like a better visuals, and I'll be able to do a lot more with it. Maybe it'll be like something that supports live videos, because that is definitely something that I'm looking forward into the near future. My beautiful family. So, this said and done, oh, I hope it doesn't ring again. You know, like the last one who just did me a video messenger was my best friend, Jenny May. So, you know, if she would be a brat, she'd call again, which is probably what I would do in order to tease her, but I hope she doesn't. I really hope she doesn't. All right, so today, let's go do a video upon a request from a Miss Cynthia. Richard, I really enjoy all of your presentations. Merci, ma belle Cynthia. Could you please do a reading on why so many whales are beaching themselves? Yes, they just discovered another one on shore recently. Well, yes, of course, Cynthia, we're going to look into this. And although, you know, this is nothing new, right, under the sun, I seem to recall seeing, hearing this phenomenon for years now. I'm not too sure how many. But yes, it does feel as if it's accelerated. I also recall Joe Rogan doing a podcast as he was interviewing his guest, President Donald Trump. And so what's going on with the whales, right? And President Trump would have spoken a lot about those wind mills, those spinning things for electricity and wind that they have in water, and therefore the noise and the frequency would greatly disturb these glorious mammals and make them, I guess, go crazy and beach themselves. I'm not too sure. I think there's probably some accuracy to that frequency, because they do communicate through frequency, and they can heal with their singing, talking, humming within the water. And yeah, it's not just the whales. I think also I recall dolphins also beaching themselves. It's a very sad. It's not pleasant to witness. You know, like I have a hard time when I see those kind of videos. I'll watch a few seconds and move along, Richard, because it affects me. And, you know, although I am aware of it, I don't necessarily have to see it, right? But without further ado, my beautiful, glorious family, let's go ask higher self what's going on with the whales. Higher self, oversoul, and universe. Please tell me everything I need to see, everything I need to know in regards to this whole scenario of beached whales. Why are they beaching themselves? What is going on with the scenario? Why is it accelerated and more frequent? And I guess all over the world, right? So is it in regards to these windmills that with the wind for electricity? Is there a relationship to this? Let's see. One more shuffle. All right, so I got some two that flew out. Let's rock and roll. So the ones that flew out in order is the Hermit. So that, as you know, is my off-world energy, and I do believe that whales, dolphins, octopus are all off-world energy and have come here into our beloved simulation through portals. I think that they are elders and they come, like with their frequency, right, to heal, like the lantern here. And then the second one that flipped out is coming back from war victorious, where all the villagers are celebrating you head on with the Six of Wands. So these are two other past of the story of the Wells, where they come from, who they are. So they're definitely off-world energy. And then they were here to bring us a beautiful, generous, abundance in the sense of the meek will inherit the earth. So yes, I concur with my intro, where I do feel that they can have healing capacities with their frequency. It would have been very generous to humanity. In the now moment, so something is happening really rapidly in regards to this whole scenario of Wells being beached. The Chariot is the fastest moving card of the tarot deck, and it moves, right, the world over. Could also move like through portals. This could very well be like a ship, right, coming in. Then at the heartbeat, okay, so it's a work in progress. How does that look? A beached whales being a work in progress? Because this character loves to carve his gold coins. It's not hard labor, like in jail where you got to do your time in hard labor. This is not what it is. He's happily working at it. Strange. Next, okay, so something grueling is almost at an end. So again, we're talking about beached whales. Okay, so what is at an end? The 9 is before the 10. The 10 is an ending of something grueling. So they are tired, exhausted, banged up, but they're still holding on their last one. Moving on in the future, so there is outer conflict in regards to them being beached. This is outer warring. You cannot build with this. Moving on, so we got the Emperor here, the creator. I was talking about Joe Rogan, talking to President Trump. This is also my Trump card, but I'm not saying, of course I'm not saying that the whales are beaching themselves because of Donald Trump, but it's still funny, right? The creator, and I did talk about that podcast earlier on, and let's see what this one is in regard secret. All right, so I'm getting two messages here. Let me see what else I can get. The last one was the moon. Clarifying death. Okay, so death is the end of something for the rebirth of something else. At the heartbeat, as above, so below, as within, as without, with the magician. The magician does exactly just that. He can manipulate with the elements or whatever, right? The elements, the elementals. Also is a movie card. And then we end with total abundance, a 10 of pineapples. Happy life, happy family, lack of nothing. Let's grab our goldens, my golden beauties. All right, higher self, give me my golden beauties in this now. All right. What do we have? We got again. Okay, the Hermit as the first card of the 9. Off-world energy coming in and also coming out of a slumber, enlightening. Then at the heartbeat, it's the end of the world for the rebirth, very similar to the death card. That's at the center. And then after we got, wow, the lovers. So that could be uniting soul aspect with the vessel, could be seen as the Garden of Eden and can be seen about politics. So again, I'm going back to my 9. It seems like I got 2 stories here. Let's go over it one more time. Yeah, there's a stress element to them with the 9 of Swords. There's a stress element. Yeah, they're moving away from something that no longer serves. Yeah, we speak truth, justice, disclosure, a reevaluation of the whole system. Then we got integrity, fiery coming in. Yeah, very emotional, the Queen of Cups. There is also inner conflict. Okay, stop with that. So going back to the beginning, let's wrap this all up. The dolphins, the whales are definitely off-world energy. Okay, they've come here in order to help humanity in our simulation. However you want to see, like our planet ship works, I call it an organic simulation. But they've come like back from war victorious. This is a great celebration card in order to be a very generous and abundant with humanity. Okay, so bringing something tangible, their being, right? So come and their frequencies. Their frequencies could heal the human vessel. That human vessel is very tangible. In the now moments, there is something that is happening really rapidly with them. The fastest moving card moves the world over, could go through portals into other universes, but that's a traveling very rapidly card. At the heartbeat, we are working on something. But again, this one is not, it's not hard labor, he's enjoying the work because these whales are very exhausted. So it feels to me with these cards here that are coming out, look guys, could it be, is there a possibility, because these are the Polaroids I am getting, like I am seeing them leave back through the portal. So could it be that they had come in a time to help humanity and now their mission or soul contract could be over or on the verge of being over, and therefore they want to go back home because they're so exhausted? You know, that's a traveling, could be traveling away from here. They're exhausted and they're working at going back to wherever home could be for them. I feel a big sense of something like that. You know, like soul contract being over. Now, does it apply to all the mammals, all the whales? I have a feeling probably not. I think that it's personal choice. But let's move on. So for the future, we are talking about outer conflict, outer warring. Again, you cannot build with this. We got the Emperor here in regards to illusion, delusion, smoke and mirrors, passing and or death. So what can we see here? We can see totally like if we look at this as in like the podcast between Joe Rogan and Trump, well, he was talking about that conflict, right? And it is a very secretive, okay, with this moon, and that it's very disruptive to the whales, you know, because in the background here we have the water as well. So there is something there too. There's something about that. The frequencies, but I think the bigger story is they want to go back home. Because in the clarifying, we do have the death that is here. Then we have a movie being played out in order to gain total abundance. So how does a movie being played out fit into this? Well, a soul contract, them volunteering to come here for a certain time in order to help awaken, evolve, heal, and then once that is done, their contract is done. So that could be seen as like a movie scene or a script, very much like everything that we are going through as humans, right? So I'm feeling very much it's something related to that. Like, and that, wouldn't that be actually a very beautiful thing? I'm not saying that looking and finding them beach is beautiful. Absolutely no. It's heart-wrenching. But if they are deciding to go back home because their soul contract is over, it's because we've won the war. So that would be like added muscle under her belt. I am loving this because in the Goldens, we're back full circle with off-world energy. Their time is up inside of this simulation and they're going back home. You know, so we can look at it as Eden, however you want to look at it, or their avatar or the well itself goes back connecting with its higher self, you know, like coming back together, reuniting. It really does feel like that. So let me go see with Moldavites. Beautiful Moldavite. Strong, muscular Moldavite, you cowboy, you. So in regards to the beached whales, is this what I'm tapping into? That they are actually like, well, we know they're off-world energy and they came here to support Gaia, healing frequencies. Now, is there truth to like the wind things in the ocean that's disturbing them? So there is much truth to that too. I'm tapping also into like soul contracts being over. And they want to go back home because they are tired, they are exhausted. Now, is it all the whales, all the dolphins? I'm kind of feeling it's going to be a no. See, look, we're already changing gears. So it is personal, I guess, like us, if we want to decide to continue to thrive within the new Gaia, well, you know, we make a choice, and those who want to exit, they make a choice, right? It's the same I'm feeling for these glorious mammals. And so that would leave us to believe, Moldavite, that if their soul contract is over and if they want to go back home, they can do so, is because the big part of the war is over. Now, I'm going to ask a different way, Femi. Would they be leaving because a big catastrophe would be coming and hitting our simulation? I know it's going to be a no, but I want to ask. I like to ask two different ways. See, it's a no. It's not because a meteorite is coming. It's not because they could predict something. It's really something that is of free choice or personal want. They want to go back home. I think that's glorious. So there you go, my Femi. I hope you enjoyed my little video, and no more interruptions on video. So I'm quite happy I made it through to the end. So I want you to be good and kind to yourselves. I love you so very much, and I'll catch you all on the next read. Rock and roll. Ow, I love you back. Bye.